gonna be like a really chill video. I do this every year since 2016, so I feel like this year is no different and I should do it. But the video is going to be slightly different because I'm going to be listing out some of what I think is significant throughout the year. I feel that, maybe just keep it short and sweet. I'm not sure about the short, but let's get on with the video, I guess. I don't even have makeup right now, and it's like... So in January, I did a photo shoot. Like, someone take a picture of me kind of photo shoot, and I was actually pretty insecure about how I look and my body, but I did it anyway, and I sort of feel proud of. And here are like some pictures which I'm gonna pop up in this video. And yep. Next we have February. I went for this family reunion which I normally don't go to, and I actually met up with my long lost cousin, which I apparently really forgotten. I have no memory in my head that I used to play with her or go to her house, but according to her and everyone else, when I was young, about like 4 or 5, I go to her house and I actually played with her. So it was pretty weird that I have no memory of her, and she remembered me, but she saw me in 2016 because we're studying in the same university, but she's in a different course. And a friend of mine actually told me, do I know this person? And she said that she's my cousin. And I was like, my cousin? I don't remember a cousin named, until this year, February, when I met up with her again, and she told me that she was the person that studied in the same college and knew me, but I didn't know her, and I felt really bad because I used to be really close to her, go to her house and play with her and stuff. Glad that I got to reconnect with her and slowly get to know her and catch up with life, because clearly I don't know anything about her, but it's really a nice feeling to reconnect. Next is March. I joined a 10-day lean and tone body challenge. I joined the challenge, which is basically they'll have like a meal plan for you. You gotta like eat what they ask you to eat, and then for 10 days, and normally these people will lose about 2 to 4 kgs. And I feel that it was a step for me to really look into my fitness and my health. In the beginning I was about 67.8 kg, and after that I was about 64.5 kg. So I lost quite a lot of weight, you see, but I sort of have learned to not look into the scale so blankly. Like, if the scale tells me this, but it's more on my muscles than my fats, then that's like sort of a good thing. Still trying, because it's not really embedded in my head, but when I look into the scale, I shouldn't look at it just, the number. I should think about what I've done, what I've eaten, what I could have done, so that I could be better instead of just focusing on reducing the number on the scale. In March as well, I auditioned for a talent show in my university, but unfortunately I did not get into the talent show, and I was pretty salty about it for like a month until the real day came along. But after a while I kind of realized that it shouldn't be the reason that I stopped. I will go on to April. In April I started my first piano classes professionally, where I'm going to be taking exams and stuff. And then April was when I got my iPad, and I was really stoked about it because when you saved up enough money to buy something considerably expensive. I have been using it since then. I actually stopped using my planner since I got my iPad. I was pretty sad about it, but at the same time I got to reduce a lot of paper just by using my iPad. Really, like, instead of printing my lecture slides, I now just use it on my iPad. It's really amazing how the iPad really changed my way of learning. Alright, in May, I decided to get myself a fitness package by Pilates. It's called Pit 28. So it's basically Pilates and HIIT training. And I can tell you that HIIT has changed my life, like, immensely. It has really changed my fitness journey. A little bit of story time. How I came about it is that I was, scrolling through Instagram. Pilates posted on her story that her HIIT program had a sale. I was like, okay, that doesn't seem so bad, and it's something where I just have to pay one time. It's not like a subscription, which I normally do not like. You also get basically you have to join their Instagram challenge, which is like, I created a new Instagram just to post about my fitness journey, and you'll get like this t-shirt which says Pit 28, and it's a pretty cool t-shirt to put it on and say that you've completed this program. So I've completed this program. This is my transformation picture. I did not do it accordingly, which is supposedly 6 days straight you work out and 1 day rest, because it was my first time and it was pretty harsh on my body because you are aching, and there's one of the times where I just couldn't walk. I did my workout and the next few days I could not walk properly. Even when I drive, I've got to lift my leg up to get in the car. It really changed how I see things. They don't really ask you to check your weight before and after. They just ask you to take a picture and measure yourself. And the measuring is actually way better than weighing yourself, because measuring, you can actually see these little changes and you know that these changes are good. But weighing yourself, you wouldn't know. You would be gaining muscle but gaining weight at the same time, and you wouldn't know. In July, July was a really interesting month for me. Let me start by saying, in July I started using the menstrual cup for my menstruation. Okay, so it's my first time using it, and I heard a lot of reviews saying that the first time wasn't going to be the best kind of time using the menstrual cup. So I prepared myself and I watched a whole bunch of videos. The playlist link is down below if you want to watch it, if you want to know what I watched before I used it. It's one of the best decisions of my life to use the menstrual cup. One, you reduce so much of waste. Using it, first, it gives me so much comfort. To me, at least, it wasn't painful, and in order to know that you've done it properly, you just don't feel anything, and I really don't feel anything when it's on, and it's really amazing. It just makes period a whole lot funner. Something else which happens in July, which is pretty awesome, was I went overseas with my best friend, Renu. I went overseas with her to Singapore, USS. And it was my first time going overseas with a friend, a best friend, or just someone who's not a family member, and it was pretty darn cool because we gotta be independent, we gotta, look through everything on our own, I used my own money, and now it's August, HBear started. So if you guys don't know what HBear is, I'm not really going to explain what it is, but it's an event which I had to stay in my university for I think about 6 days. In the event of it, I made quite a number of friends, got close to some of the people that I already know, worked together with two of my best friends, and even made a close friend. That's pretty memorable. Before I started the hardest semester of my life, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the hardest, but the hardest so far, we went jungle trekking. So it was supposed to be a hike to Banana Falls, but we followed the wrong route. Or just, not wrong, a different route, and we ended up jungle trekking instead of going to the falls. Even though we took the other route, it was pretty cool, and I learned a lot of things from trekking. Learned that I need to trust my body more, and it's just a pretty cool experience with a bunch of people which I really enjoyed to be with. There are some pictures again as well. And then I also joined the student leadership body in Sunway University called Sunway Student Ambassadors. It's not something which I'm used to joining. My first and last choir recital with Sunway University Choir, but organizing this recital, it's called Messages. I was in the design team with no idea how to use Adobe Illustrator, so kudos to Gideon to help me, give me like a less than a 30-minute crash course on the basics of it, and I designed the booklet, and it made me felt pretty good that I did that whole booklet in a few days and with minimal knowledge on AI. But really, credits to Gideon to help me and my friends who supported me with my potato laptop, who keeps crashing when I'm saving, and it was a really frustrating time, but I did it anyway. So that's something to be proud of. But the choir recital itself was a really amazing experience for me because I got to sing songs about things which normally people won't talk about. It's about social issues, about immigration, about suicide. It's an amazing experience. I really enjoyed singing on that stage and expressing what the song means to me. We had like the HBR appreciation dinners, and I even had my choir appreciation dinners. Pictures popping up right now. But now is October. October was a month where I challenged myself, and it was also a month that was pretty depressing. Let's talk about the bad side first. So I couldn't cope with everything. Like, everything was just all together, and I couldn't cope with not just my studies, but with everything else, like with my friends, my family, everything. It was really hard for me to cope, and it really took a toll on me in October. There was also really many good sides to it. First is, in this month I tried to go zero waste, but I did break it a few times, but I can sincerely say this, and I'm really proud of it, that I really reduced my waste. And it's not just on this month, so this month was like a practice month or like a challenge month just to get me started. But after this month, like, I really started to reduce a lot of my waste. I tried my best to avoid plastic packaging and any kind of packaging. Also in this month, I tried to be vegetarian the whole month. Vegetarian means just no meat. For my side, I can still eat egg, I can still eat dairy, I'm not vegan. That was interesting to start with. I actually decided to take this challenge because pretty inspired by someone. Yeah, I decided to take up this challenge. I broke it a few times. Why? Because I couldn't say no to a cooked meal by my friend's mom, and it would be pretty rude to like say no to it when she's cooking like specifically for me, and I just forgot to tell her that I was vegetarian. But other than that, that whole month I was vegetarian. I didn't feel that it was hard. It was decently easy for me. I decided to continue on with it. Maybe I was like a pescatarian instead of vegetarian. Mostly vegetarian, but if there was fish, I can avoid it, but if it was given to me, I'll just eat it. Yeah, so until now, I am sort of just a part-time meat eater. It actually feels pretty good. Like, my body feels pretty good. My weight is maintained. Every time I eat meat, which is actually just like one meal in a week, starting from after that month, every time I eat meat, like more than once, I feel really bloated, and like my body can't really take it because it's so used to not eating that much meat. Alright, so in November I had my first international competition with Sunway University Choir. It wasn't my first, but it's my first with this choir. It was the last time that I was going to be singing with this choir. After recital, I still had 50-50 thoughts whether I wanted to quit or not. I decided that that competition was going to be my last competition with the choir. It was, more because I wasn't really happy and I had a lot of commitments. But it was a really hard thing for me to do. It was really hard because when you're in choir for 8 years of your life, it kind of shaped you who you are, and you kind of like love the vibe of singing with people, singing in that arrangements. So it was a really hard thing for me to do. I actually broke down crying. I was really sad. But I knew that I had to do something. I've got to move on from that life and appreciate that I had this life. It changed me. I made beautiful friends from it. Made lifetime friends from it. Even had a really good relationship with my coach. But it's time to move on with life. Not that I'm forgetting it, but I'm just appreciating it and just doing new things, new adventures. That was my how I tried to make myself feel better about leaving. Then in November as well, little did I know, okay, I got surprised by my friends. It was a really amazing surprise because I really did not expect anything from the moment they planned it to the moment they called me down until I actually saw their faces. So it was a really good planned surprise. Really love it. That's one of the things that I cherish so much, and I cherish my friends so much. If you're watching this, just know that I really appreciate you, even though sometimes I may not know how to show it. Maybe I'm like mean, maybe I just, I lost myself for a while and not show it to you guys, but I really do appreciate you guys, and losing any one of you would break me. Definitely. So stay with me. Okay. So in December I finished the game. Ding! I finished the book. I finished the planner that I'm doing for Renu's birthday present. Really belated, but it's a birthday gift, and it's a planner for 2019. And I went for camp. I went for camping with my family for one night. Pictures again. Pretty cool. One thing that made me think when I was camping was, when we're camping, we normally have this intention to get closer to nature, but it's ironic because we're not being very kind to it by the amount of trash we create and the amount of plastic we use, because we opt for convenience, and when we do that, we opt for disposables, and that's going to cause us a lot of non-eco-friendly activities and non-eco-friendly trash. It saddened me because a lot of people do this, including my own family, including me. We collectively got to figure out a way to make camping eco-friendly but also convenient for us, so that we don't trouble ourselves just to be eco-friendly. Eco-friendly can be convenient as well. I think it's pretty easy. It's just that we've got to be strong enough to make that change and apply it to our lives, and also make awareness so people do that as well. But to make people do that is the hard part. That was my whole year review. Not saying whatever that I just said is the only thing that happened. 2018 was pretty interesting for me. I realized that I have made changes in my life. I've challenged myself in so many things this year, and I feel that even though I can feel that it's shit, I also know that this year is the one that really changed my life. I did grow into a kind of person where I never thought I would grow into. My fitness thinking is way different about fitness and health. Like, I grew as a person who is more confident now. I'm not saying that I don't have days where I'm not sad about it, not sad about my body, not sad about my weight, but I did grow into a stronger person, and I'm more confident about myself now. I know I say it every year. I know I say it in all my videos that every year is a roller coaster. Every year I learn something new. Every year I changed. Even though I'm ending the year with like a shitty semester, I'm still saying that this year is pretty good. Thank you 2018 for making me feel like shit, but at the same time making me a better person. It's a yes for 2018. I don't know what this is. don't know how long this video is gonna be. Whoever who's watching this, who enjoys watching this, who enjoys watching me talk for like God knows how long. If y'all are watching until this minute, thank you guys for watching.